Hi everyone, welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. So I wrote down, I want to know what does good for me. What type of writing techniques do I need to use? I'm trying to up my craft, basically. So right now, I'm trying to figure out what is best for me. And I put small, little mini paragraph what I want to talk about. Now, on politics, I would like to talk about an update on Trump, my life. I would like to talk about the army and saving, how I was saved so many times and blessed. Now, I may have not been blessed with money, but I've been blessed with knowledge. All my life, one thing I never took for granted is listening. Sometimes I don't hear everything, but just to listen to what that person is saying and try to zap in on what they're saying for as long as you can, your attention span can. That that is a goal and a talent I have. You know, I'm not perfect at this, so I want to up the ante. I'm a little good at it, but I'm not that good at it. Um, it's something that happens with my mind called mind floating. I guess they call that mind floating, where you're in the middle of talking about something and a thought comes up very loudly. And you're like, no, like if I want chicken tonight, do do y'all see a booger in my nose? Anything can happen. And so these thoughts lead to a space in what I want to say. So anytime you see me like fade out, it's a thought. Now, what I have learned is that we think 12,000 to almost 600,000 times a day. Leave it for the talent. I only think 5,000 thoughts a day. Just imagine what we can do with all those thoughts. That's why I'm going to start keeping my pen and piece of paper around me, because I missed out on 3 to 4 or more cool thoughts that I didn't have to tell y'all yet, but it could have been something I made a show about. Something I made a show about. And I just I don't know. I truly feel like you know, these thoughts that we think of just is a wonderful tool. We need to start listening to our thoughts. Like for instance, there are thoughts like, for instance, that has to do with doctors, trusting doctors again, learning how to overcome life obstacles, trusting doctors again. I swear I would love to trust doctors again. A part of me do, more than I ever have in my entire 40 years of living. You know, I also feel like, um, who keeps saving me? Who keeps saving me, Yeshua? Like, this, it's nothing to be saved from now. But who said, I mean, it's stuff that's going to happen, but who saved me all those times? I have, let's be quite frank, I have a limited amount of friends. I have a limited amount of people I talk to. At any time, I could have been dead. Somebody could have got so jealous. And I think that I saved my having common sense, my own life. But I couldn't have did it alone. I couldn't have did it alone. No contact with me, yes. As many times, almost 50 sometimes, I've contacted the FBI, 20 to 30 times by phone, 50 times by just, it that's overkill, but I had some valid reasons They even got my name on it. Do not call it. When you call in, because they have lie detectors that, like, okay, if you first call, they something, and they're not all up to par. They don't tell the people that they have this, but they have lie detectors that can detect if a person is in distress or is because if they have mental health issues, they could be just saying it because of their mental health issues. But oh no, baby, I have no reason to call the FBI and lie. But I know they got, like Lil Wayne say, they about to give me something file, something file, and I guess they personal file. That's what it is. They about to give me a personal file. So just know, um, you know, I believe that there's some that were saving me, and there's some that just didn't have my best interest and wanted to see me do bad. The most things that they do is they would possibly visit places that I've been before, and I hope that doesn't happen, because I just want to make means happen with means. I want to be able to, just like I told my mother, can I please go to the next level and do the right things? That's all I want to do. I'm not doing anything illegal, and I feel like right now, how that can hurt somebody visiting people that they know, you know. And I thank you for the people you didn't visit. I thank you for everything, for the good people that works within the FBI. You know, without you guys or whoever is watching over me, because you got the cyber security people who watch and monitors. You got Facebook who watches and monitors. You got Instagram moderators, even when you're not on there, even when you're not online. If this screen is up, you are being watched by somebody. You open your door to be open. Even when you got this off. Once this opens, you know, it the black thing it's so funny how they used it like that. The black thing is the portal. It's like covering yourself with that and then coming out. Like that. It's traditionally black. I just have another screen, and it's wonderful, man. But we have no privacy these days. We have no privacy these days. No matter how much you want to say, well, I want a VPN, well, I want this. Hackers are moving their way up the ranks to diminish everything legally we have for protection. And that's sad. That's sad. I'm sorry. I'm fine with it. Hey, you know, I know what NSA can pack. I know what the FBI can do. I don't know what the Secret Service can do, because I never had enough time to ask him, which I know he would have never told me the answers to that. But he also worked for NSA. So, my teenage friend um worked for the NSA, and I apologize once again for what I said and harming people. I truly feel like a lot of people that don't get time to talk to me, or don't get time to um, watch me in person, probably come across me and be the last time you ever come across again, you know, watches me. It's like a one and done. They come across me one time and then I never see them again. I know I have something to live for. And I know there's something that's being hidden because I asked for my FBI file, everything that I could possibly get from it. I was in Colorado and they sent it to me. They sent me the file, but nothing populated. As many times as I called, it would have been me calling. It's just like a police report, but they don't give it's federally bound by rules that they don't give out that type of information, which I'm gonna find out if they can give me that information because I was calling about illegal immigrants. I couldn't take it no more. I'm gonna be real with you. I was calling about illegal immigrants sitting up there and harassing me. And that's all I called for. Those were legit reasons. But it was nothing that they could do because of who was in office. So I decided to move. And everywhere I went, even Ketchikan, Alaska, where I went to, I don't know, man. It was terrible, man. It had me spooked. I was scared, but I'm not going to back down for nobody. They can rip off a toe or a fingernail. I don't care. I care about telling the truth. If you want to harm me because I'm telling the truth, you have to speak to God. Don't try to become a bitch when the electric chair or death sentence come towards you and you want to get it off the table by living for life in prison, which is not no better because sometimes you can die in prison. I just seen that happen where somebody took a couple of people, whether Hispanic or not, took plea deals for in exchange for their life. Why are we giving them why I is this what the America we believe in? Give them the tough sentence. They killed somebody. They killed somebody. What do you think God would be rich or poor? Do you think God would want somebody to not get tit for tat for going against God's will? I mean, think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. There is well, because if they come out in the open and say they're gods, then a lot of people, it's going to be a lot of more pressure to kill a god because I believe you can kill a god. But I believe you can, but I think they're poor gods too. And I think the ultimate God, if was coming to this planet, would be in a poor setting. And would want people to be out of poverty and would want the government to stop BSing with these policies that they could change for the black people. And that's what drives me, y'all. That's what drives me. Even if I don't become president, I'm fine with that. But I will try to attempt to advocate some way, somehow for black people. I love my white men, don't get me wrong, but black people, I am black. I'm in that incest pool. And I wish it was another way where, you know, you know, you got some people that just don't like black people because they're black. That's where I draw the line. And you can tell when the tension is near when somebody is prejudiced. And so, I don't know, man. I just feel like, I've been saved uh a lot. I've been saved a lot, and I think that there are gods out here that are um real gods, but I think the ultimate God would be poor and have a limited amount of force around them and be taught. Somebody with some type of powerful tool makes them be alone, makes them not be accepted. I didn't learn how to deal with that, but I'm like, it has to be some type of tool, because some people, once they hear what my thoughts and how my conversation go, they just don't like me because I have big goals for myself. And I do have big goals for myself. The only way to make it on this earth is to make as much money as you can. And that's how I look at it. The only way to make it is to make as much money as you can. And that's why I want to make sure that I up my speaking game, and the next time my invention come off ground. This invention was so cool, y'all. I said I'll remember it again, and I haven't remembered it ever since. It was a very good invention, and every time inventions come to mind, I'm gonna start writing them down. I'm not gonna tell you guys all the time that I write them down, but I'm not. I probably say what they're about. There's so many IOPs and private banks that will loan out money, you know, and I'm learning about that every day. And come to find out, I'm down to the end of my break with the end of my class, and I got 5 more days. 5 more days. And I would like to talk about God. Like, I think that wasn't Jesus poor? Wasn't Jesus poor? Didn't the government didn't accept Jesus, and he had followers. Yes. He had followers, but he made no profit off of it. He didn't fundraise like presidents do. All he did was went out and preached, and so allegedly, because it's alleged. I mean, people say yes, he's done it. The Bible say yes, he's done it, but it's alleged of the stuff he's healed people with. There was even I'm not going to talk about that. So Yeshua healed people allegedly, and then we invented everything that he did to heal. We invented everything that he had plus some. So, do you think they need Jesus right now? Do you think they would need Jesus? You know what I mean? He is the ultimate God to the Bible. Maybe there was another God before him, or you never know. I mean, there was. I heard so much stories, man. You just never know. If I sat here with you today and said to you, um, you are a liar. If what if Because it's a lot of atheists out there. I'm not an atheist. I believe there is one God. I believe that there's more than one God, number one, but there is an ultimate God of each planet that keep being reborn off this planet as a human being, whether black, white, whether Hispanic, whether female, male, whatever deity you are, gender, race, religion, whatever, you know, you never know what you're going to experience. You know, like I really feel like we we say gods back in the day, but we don't use that term. We just put them in power. We just put them in power. They're meant to be put in power. And I feel like there's this type of newly developed thing that you know, I this is a thought of mine, so I want to ease in there with, you know, smoothness and texture, you know, it's like people don't like, not you guys, put a pause on it, not you guys, but people out there that are evil that are watching don't like me talking like this. And Jesus or Jesus, not Jesus or Yeshua, you know, he didn't stay at the Taj Mahal or the most richest place in Egypt. He didn't stay at the richest most place in Egypt. He stayed in a shack. But now it's something that's been given to whom? To the government. I mean, think about how much space that was. I got more space than him. You know, like that is practically 700 square feet in that shrine. And it's crazy, man. It's really crazy at how we we say we only need God when we need God. That's the best people to manipulate. The needers of God only when they need God. They don't sit up there and worry about God until they sit up there and finish getting in trouble with something. They kill somebody. I'm sorry for everything I did, man. I wish I could change back time. And they always say that they wish they can change back time, but if they never got caught, would they turn back time? So they're only needers when when the law works for them or don't work for them. And same thing with cheating. Women don't care cheat about cheating, you know, and they don't care until they get caught. Men don't care until they get caught, and then they make it a big deal and say, well, I want you to still be with me. I'm sorry for what I did. But if you got didn't get caught, if you didn't get caught, you would not be doing it. You would still be doing it, actually. You would still be doing it. And you know, that's sad. It's sad. And I truly feel like we learn right from wrong, but somehow, some way, right from wrong become an illusion. It become that some parts of the government aren't fighting for us. Some parts of the government do want to see black people in jail more than white people. Uh, some parts of the government are corrupt. You never know what you're getting. It's illusion. If we don't stop where we're going. And if we don't start realizing that right from wrong, all you got to do is learn right from wrong. If you can have a 5-year-old in the 1940s, 30s, up all day selling nickels, papers, then they know right from wrong. It's just sad. It's sad to see that we don't understand this became illusion, right from wrong. A simplest term. Don't get married if you want to do something with another lady. Well, she looked better than my wife. He looked better than my husband. Then why get married? I don't know. I have a choice to get out of it. Who cares if you have a choice to get out of it? Is something wrong in a relationship? No. Then why are you cheating? Some people have it lucky, man. They cheat. I know one couple that gave one other couple herpes and they become a herpes couple. And I'm like, I would not have forgiven her. I would not have forgiven her. And, I don't want to sit up there and bash people. I'm not bashing the good people, but the bad people, sometimes, they create a whole plot. They create a whole plot on how to sit up there and do what they do. They create a whole plot on how they lie and cheat to their wives or husbands. You know, they never say no one is above God. They always say no one is above the law. The law was created by humans. The Constitution by humans. When they say no one is greater than the law, why don't they say no one is greater than God, above the God spectrum? Why can't we talk in spiritual talk? I guess spiritual form is only allowed in churches and with pastors and preachers during the hours of 9 to 5 at their place. But once they leave it, they forget. People in churches are sleeping with everybody. I just don't get it, y'all. I just don't get it. I strive to be perfect. But you got well spoken people out here abusing their power. You got well spoken people out here abusing. You got pedophiles out here. You got rapists. You got murderer, Ted Bundy. You got a black man that murdered twice and only got 7 years for one of them. What is up with the law? There has to be a new law set in place for murderers because they're getting off. The jails are getting packed. Everything. It's sad, man. I don't understand why, you know, people are in jail that should have got the death penalty. I feel like we're we're losing here. I feel like we're losing here because it's like, you know, everybody try to one up everybody. And if we just came to looking and we need to look more at the African American. If you want us to be a part of America, we need to start looking at black people more. Who cares if they're not well-roundedly talk, like they cannot well-roundedly talk like a typical person? Think about what's inside their brain that can help America. And I truly feel like we're falling by the wayside. Us. We're falling by the wayside because of the hell our African found fathers did. They sold us out. And now they sold out. They're poor. And that's how they like it. Dirt poor, where nobody can speak up, and if they do, the African government will shoot them up. They get everything they want, and we're still slaves over here. What if there's still a clause out there that we still probably slaves somewhere in a law or something? It's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, things out here, and that could be in there too. You know, I want to help enlighten Africans. African Americans are fine with me. I want to help enlighten you in the aspect that if I can do it, you can do it. So I have to be on my like P's and Q's. I have to be on my P's and Q's and sit up there and act like I am like a perfect, or strive to be self-actualized perfect person. I have to act like I'm perfect or close to. When I make a mistake, learn. Once I learn, I don't do it again. But here's the thing. The past do come back around every year. Every year. As the seasons change, your past will come about back around. And if it didn't come around the first year, it'll come around the second. If it didn't come around the second, it'll come around the third. At your weakest point, it'll come around. And then you're stuck with the choice. Do I do this again? It's not going to be the same. It's going to be a little easier, and it's going to have a little bit more, you know, information. Like you can get away with it. We have to learn how to be strong. I seen this one guy, George Dubeck, that I interviewed, and wow, he got a huge family. I am so proud of him and his family. I love the lovely pictures. He's in the snow. He's doing what he can for his family. He is the brick that holds the house walls together. And that's how we should all be. You know, I said to myself, I'd rather be I'd rather have no family than to have family and yell profusely, dysfunctionally, and illiterate, being illiterate. All you know is how to fight. All you know is how to demean somebody or put somebody down. That's not what we grow up to do. If that's your talent, that's your talent. But I don't build my life upon that, ripping somebody apart to feel good. I don't feel good when I talk about people, in a harsh way. I feel like I'm trying to get my point across so that they can feel what I'm saying, so that they can make a choice if they want to still go down that path or not. And that's how I feel, you know. So now that we have hit the 34 and 22 mark, we're going to go ahead and hold on. We're going to watch some shows. No. You know what? They are so funny with it. Oh, wow. 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 He killed them from the back. It's so many things. Oh, well, we can watch this. This is what's happening nationally, since I'm talking to Washingtonians. This is what's happening nationally in Chicago. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's see what's happening in the homeland of Chicago. Wow, she was, when you know a black girl mad. When a black girl doing this, hold on. When a black girl doing this, I'm like, wow, that's the stance of being shot. I don't want to mess with her. You know she's mad. You know what should happen? This what should happen. If they have sanctuary states, this is good. I'm gonna solve the problem. If they have sanctuary states that illegals can go to, and who knows, this is probably, I can't push nothing. So what I wanted to say is, the immigrants go to sanctuary states, and we live in non-sanctuary states. They for the states, by the states. It's not going to happen like that. We got the Boris's are waiting to deploy them back to Mexico, but if that don't work, then people are going to start moving out of states, which I've heard of a couple who have, to get away from these sanctuary states. Hold on. That's why I'm thinking, y'all, some of these Democrats have to know this has to be some, this is allegedly. My point of view is alleged. I think that I know, no, I think allegedly that they are protecting the Democrats or got a deal. One, protecting the Democrats. Two, got a deal to leave certain people alone who are aware and who are making their states sanctuary cities. Nobody talks about this. Why else would you allow that and ignore it and allow it as people are dying? Why else? And guess what? It's more black people there in ghettos than anything. They grow up thinking that they have nothing to live for, and so they want themselves dead or they can care less about killing somebody else. Lack of housing does that. Lack of family does that. Having a dad that walked out, having a mom that walked out can cause that. That's what I mean. And that's why he's so spiritually in tune to what he's saying. Why, when it's black people, we don't have enough? There's not enough. Something goes wrong. It's like, well, we're sorry. We did everything we can do. But once illegals came in, it was like, oh, we open this up to you. Oh, you can have all of our Taco Bells and McDonald's and Burger King and Kentucky Fried Chicken. You can start off by having them work there and learn how to work there while going to school. You know, I think that's unfair. I think that's truly unfair. I think that that's unfair because a lot of I'm kind of glad in a way. You know what? I'm not glad because children is children. Children is children. And the majority of people who work there that already are adults are supervisors and people who takes advantage of the weak, such as teenagers. I don't want them. I don't think that McDonald's is necessarily a good place for any teenager to work no more. I don't think that it's a good place, Burger King wise, because you have pedophiles there. You have pedophiles there, and they don't care that they're pedophiles because they never got caught. You know, it's just sad. It's sad out here. It's really sad that they came here and got the red carpet treatment. I asked for my own place. I got a place where illegal immigrants came at me with guns, and then I tried to keep asking him, help me, help me, help me. I tried to keep saying help me, and nothing was happening. The whole 4 years. The whole 4 years I asked Biden for help. I contacted the White House hotline. I called the White House hotline. I've contacted the White House hotline via email. I've written plenty of letters. I wonder if I was rich, would that had it came back to me? I have got yet in 4 years to got a review or somebody write me back. I have the receipt to prove it because it went to my email. But I have yet to get a reply in the past 4 years that I've written the White House hotline. I've written Kamala Harris once. I've written President Biden. I said, let me know. At first, I written President Biden. Then I wrote Kamala Harris. And then I wrote President Biden again. So when is this going to end? So that's why I take up for Trump. I one day want to be like him. I truly would never go against him. I one day want to be like him. I talk about people with money. I don't include him in the whole package. I don't talk about him subliminally. I don't talk about him at all, unless it's good news. And you know, I have a long way to go. I have a long, long way to go, but I could possibly make it. All I have to do is start absorbing my brain like a sponge to learn as much politics as I can. Sit up there and learn different stuff. It's never going to stop my learning. It's never going to stop. Like that's like giving reparations to illegal immigrants. They got their reparations before black people could get their reparations, and that's why I feel like this is a corrupt world. We didn't been slaves in this world since time has can remember and noted it, and it's time for black people to be recognized as not like somebody who can be used as a slave, and I am not prejudiced. I am not prejudiced whatsoever. I just truly feel like we have been unrecognizable, and the only time they recognize us is if we're going with the Democrats. And what I mean by that is, like for instance, Trump recognizes black people, but when Biden does, it's like it's because it's just making his quota look good for showing, like making it seem like he's not prejudiced. Trump still has my vote today, and I'll come back and relive this years later. But Trump has my vote today and in the future, because a guy who is rich as he is, happens to say, um, there's a woman who can't buy toothpaste and a toothbrush or a soap and whatever. For him to know that and say it shows that he cares. And I look at the facts. You know, I remember I was there at his rallies. I wasn't physically there, but I was there as much as I could be. And I have to earn my way into politics. I don't want, I'm so glad that I lost because I was in the primaries, and I want to take my time doing this. I want it to be a clear-cut avenue for me to win and learn about my opponents and win. I don't want to sit up there, jump right out of there, and keep going into something and don't know what the hell I'm doing. I want to learn as much as I can. And when the time is right, the gut feeling will come in. Right now, I want to focus on building up my cleaning business, um, sorting out my finances, and taking initiative with whatever I need to take initiative with in order to come out of this thing very strong. You know, I I will always say this until I'm black and blue. I really truly appreciate the Army for helping me. Some people complain, and I was a complainer too, but it's like we're a family. Like, for instance, they help me. They help me. They help me. And so I appreciate them. I appreciate them, and I'm forever indebted to them. And I hope whoever gets into the Army that has my bloodline do an even better job than I did. I hope whoever y'all choose to put into my bloodline next, who knows who it's going to be, but it's not going to be nobody no time soon. But, when you do it, I hope to God that it be another woman and she can make a change as well, like she tried to when she was in the military last time. You know, I'm so, and it will be my children's bloodline. It'll be my children's bloodline that I'm rooting for. No one else's bloodline but my children's. And so, yeah, their children's children, none of them wanted to get into the military, and their children's children or their children's children's children would be up for runners. So, yeah. Mind you, I tried to go to Martha's Vineyard. I went to Boston, Massachusetts, and they don't have a ferry every day that go fly out, or not fly out, but catch the ferry to Martha's Vineyard. I was trying to make a point. I was trying to make a point. I was that fed up. I went to Boston, Massachusetts. I ran out of money and went to Ketchikan, Alaska. Sorry, I didn't know about that. Let me write this down. Now, had a rocky life because he done said, we need more money. We need more money. We need more. And once he didn't get the money like he thought he was, it was like, oh, I don't want to deal with this. And Biden isn't playing fair. You know, I can show you where he said we need more money, but I'm not going to. This is, it's definitely fact. Let me fact check this real quick. Hold on. Come on. Hold on. That little girl should not have that cup of coffee right now. Like, I don't get that. Caffeine for a child is like crack cocaine to a crackhead. Let's go back to here. It's almost finished. You heard that? You heard that? You ain't heard that from me. I just started watching this. Thank you, P. Ray. Thank you, Fox News. Okay, so yeah, P. Ray hit the nail on the nose, man. Like seriously, that's messed up. Adding more taxes to the profit, 590, I think, $1 million in taxes for Chicago. That's ridiculous, man. That's really ridiculous. So with that said, I talked about everything that I needed to talk about. Um, so I'm gonna learn or earn my way into politics, and Christmas may be out of town. I may be out of town this Christmas. Not out of the state, but out of town. So I'm happy about that. I may not, yeah, I may be. I may be. Who do it just depends. Um, I got a new possible photographer. Hopefully, um, when the time is right, they'll give me a call. I'll probably give them another call probably Monday of next week. So with that being said, um, I hope to God that you guys learned something or heard what I posted, because sometimes they have a copyright notice and it sucks. It sucks heavily. And I appreciate you guys watching me. You guys out there on TikTok, you guys out there on all my platforms, you know how I say it. I have a special song that is my most favorite song that, nobody knows of. It goes like this. I have a speech to make. Okay. So it's I love you, you love me. We're a great big family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? I had to keep a straight face. That's how only way to get a comedy to actually go well. So yeah, take care, y'all.